This Maserati cost $107,000 in 2019, but today you could buy it for under 30 grand. This car is the most depreciated car maybe ever, losing almost $80,000 in value. But that's for the sucker who bought it in 2019. So is buying a used Maserati really such a bad idea?
Or is it a cheat code for getting a used luxury exotic car for cheap?
Well, today we are gonna put this thing to the test and find out. Welcome to Donut. Let's be real. Most Maserati customers bought their Quattroporte because of this badge right here. It's not 4 rings, it's not a roundel, it's a trident. And just like Drake's big old thing, this car is different, and different things scare people. Maserati haters will tell you that this car looks bad, that it's not fast, that the interior is terrible, that it's got maintenance issues, but I want those people to be wrong. I want this car to be awesome because I think getting $80,000 off of a nearly new awesome car is a come up.
And one of the first things people will say about this car is that it's pretty meh in performance.
That's right, Justin, and if you had to guess the horsepower of this thing using your world famous butt dyno, how much horsepower would you say that this thing has?
I don't know, let's find out.
I mean, it's not slow.
It's not slow. It took a second for it to figure out what it wanted to do.
Yeah.
But it is a twin turbo V6.
Yeah, and it feels new.
It does feel new. It feels young and youthful. You know, it's not throwing your socks off though.
It doesn't, but it's like, for a car with a reputation of being like kind of meh, and I do understand this thing started at over $100,000, but as reviewed, $30,000.
$30,000 bucks.
So if you had to guess, all right, so what does the famous butt dyno say?
I'm leaning towards 425.
Did you look?
I did not look.
Dude, this thing has 425 horsepower, and that is why it's the most famous butt dyno in the world!
Yeah!
Dude, you should work at a circus.
Dude, what?
You should work at a carnival, dude.
Wow.
If you're like us, you love solving problems to keep your car running well. But what about the problems you can't fix? Ignoring them doesn't help. Just like you turn to a trusted professional for your car, consider doing the same for your mind with today's sponsor, Betterhelp. Betterhelp lets you have therapy sessions over the phone, on a video chat, or even messaging, whatever's the most comfortable version of therapy for you. Talking to a therapist can be a great way to help with stress, anxiety, and depression, and they can also help you set goals that will set you up for success. To get started, you fill out a questionnaire where you answer questions about the challenges you're facing and then matches you with a therapist that could help. If you don't think your therapist is a great fit, you can switch therapists with the click of a button at no extra cost. No awkward breakup convo necessary. Brother, been there. And for you donut fans, you can head on over to betterhelp.com/donut to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Join over 4 million people who've used Betterhelp to start living a healthier, happier life.
That's the thing about modern cars is all that stuff's controlled. It's not just gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah.
So once it did get going, it was like, oh, this is pretty good.
I know, that's exactly my thought process too. I was like,
yeah,
okay.
Ooh.
Again, dude, for $30,000, it gets up.
It does.
And it doesn't sound bad at all.
It doesn't. I thought it would sound like crap.
Yeah. Well, Justin, it does share some DNA with a Ferrari.
Oh, right, because I've always heard from Maserati owners, well, it's got a Ferrari motor in it.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It is somewhat true, not entirely false, let's just say, all right? So the specific engine in this car, the F160AN, shares a lot of parts with the Ferrari 154.
Oh.
Okay, but the block is designed by Maserati, then built in Indiana, sent to Ferrari for assembly, and then back to Maserati to be put in the car. Maserati is owned by Stellantis, and a lot of car companies are owned by other companies now.
Yeah, I mean, that goes to say with every company nowadays.
Now, one thing that everyone will tell you about buying a used Maserati is that the maintenance costs are gonna put you in the grave. In fact, the cost of maintenance and fear of stuff breaking is probably the #1 reason why this thing is so depreciated.
Funny you say that, because the maintenance overdue light is on.
Well, luckily, we know a good mechanic, so let's take it to him and see what he thinks. Pretty much a Ferrari, dude.
It's a Ferrari, bro.
This thing started out brand new, was $107,000 in 2019.
Right.
Now you can buy one for $29,000. So we're trying to figure out why. And
Why
one of
is
the
that?
things that everyone assumes is that maintenance costs are gonna be insane.
Pop the hood.
It's open.
Well, we've worked on a couple of them,
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
so they're not that bad. The only problem really is being realistic. Just the way you rolled in, I see a Maserati,
Yeah.
I see money.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bullshit you. Body-wise, is pretty pricey. Parts are reasonably cheap.
This thing, 30 grand, put it on some Workmeisters.
Well, I mean,
This thing looks
you know
sick.
what? They look badass. They look badass. It's like a poor man's Ferrari, I want to say.
I'm saying, dude, it's the come up of the century. $30,000 Ferrari, baby.
Honestly, it's the best hack. You want to look f***ing flossy, you want to look baller, you want to look good over there in Beverly Hills, Hollywood, this is it.
What do you think routine maintenance would cost?
Easy, like $1,000.
So Maseratis like this one, the Levante, the Ghibli, they're all listed as some of the most depreciated cars of 2024. Like, why do you think that is?
Maybe because they salvage them so much, so easily. And then just, it reaches everybody else's hands. Like, let's just say they salvage the car for like 50 racks. Now it's out there, salvage title for like 15 to 20 G's. It's reachable. And then that moves the market because I mean, it's a Maserati with some 22s and it has adjustable coilovers. So they look proper. Like, I think that's why, because all the salvage cars out there. They total these for no reason. I think it's,
Well, the value.
but yeah, the insurance.
It's like, oh, we're not gonna pay 30 grand to fix a 30 grand car, you know?
So it's like a snake eating its own tail. Mechanics charge a lot, so insurance is gonna look at how much it is to fix it. It's also already depreciated, so they're not gonna spend $30,000 to fix a $30,000 car, which makes them depreciate even more, which gets us back to the beginning of this disgusting, awesome cycle that allows guys like us to drive brand new Ferrari sedans, baby. Now, it's an interesting theory, but if anything, it proves to me that this might actually be the hack of the century. But do other people actually think this car is luxurious?
In order to get a feel for exactly how luxurious this car is, we're gonna grab our senior producer, Christina, and put her in a bunch of different vehicles blindfolded to see if she can tell which one is the most expensive.
You're gonna get inside multiple cars.
Okay.
And tell me which one you think feels the most expensive.
Great.
All right, so step
This
to
is
your
number
right.
one.
Yeah, this is number one. Hand up. All right, there you go. All right, cool.
Okay.
You step in.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, so am I allowed to just touch stuff? Or am I waiting
that's
for
the
you?
camera though, so watch out.
Oh, okay. I want to express that I really can't see anything.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good. You feel that?
Yep.
What do you think that is?
Like a console?
Yeah, but like what material?
Not expensive. Based purely on like the quality of the ceiling here, this is not a donut car.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, cause you
Gotcha.
guys didn't tell me. I was just told I wasn't allowed to go into the lot all day. The seat doesn't feel like a luxury car. Oh, but they're definitely, it feels like a new car. I'll say that.
So you're not impressed with the materials.
I'm not super impressed. I feel bad now. I feel like I railed on this car and it's fine.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Next car.
Okay.
Here we go. So now that you're getting your first impression so far, how's that seat feel?
Okay, seat is significantly more comfortable than the last one. It's more like ergonomical.
Okay, ergonomic. What's the material
Ergonomic.
like?
The material, it's better. I think it's a leather. I think the dash feels somewhat similar to the last one. I like this car better than the last car.
Okay. Would you say this car is more expensive?
I would say this car feels more expensive. Oh boy. Yeah, not a luxury car. I have a feeling this is one of our drift cars. I'm just gonna say that right now. God, stop, Justin.
So do you think this is a luxury car?
This is not a luxury car. This is our cheapest car. I can say that
Hey.
on number 3. This is probably the cheapest car.
In some people's eyes, this car is made of gold, okay?
Respectfully, let's get out of this car.
All right, cool. Let's get the next one.
Okay.
All right, watch out.
Yep. Dash is nice. Not as nice as the first 2. Little passenger princess clip here.
Sorry. What do you think about the seat and the materials?
Seat's comfortable. Material, it feels like a not real leather to me. Like a generic seat.
Oh.
You find like a mid-range car.
All right, pull them off.
Ooh,
Welcome back to reality.
so unsettling.
All right, so out of the 4 cars, which one would you say is the most luxurious car?
I think number 2.
So what would you say the cheapest, least luxurious car was?
The third one.
What made you think number 2 was the most expensive?
The seats were better. I felt like the materials felt nicer.
So, number 1, the most expensive MSRP-wise was the Maserati Quattroporte. This Lexus RZ, about $57,000. Our glorious Money Pit Miata, which is
Beautiful.
absolutely priceless.
Yes, of course.
If we could
The
fit it in.
funnest one,
Yes, absolutely.
for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. This Acura Type S, also about $57,000. So, I do want to point out something that you thought was cheap. I told you to touch this.
Yeah.
And you said that feels like crap.
I didn't say feel like crap.
You said it was cheap.
Rewind the tape.
Not expensive.
Would you say this is a $107,000 car? But here's the best part.
No.
Today, $29,000. So would you buy this now that you know it's less than 30 grand?
No, why would anyone do that? It's like a dumb question.
It's a come up.
So I think Maserati has the reputation of being like a fake rich car.
Yeah.
Like people buy it because of the name. As like a car guy who likes cars and reads about cars a lot, I have the opposite reaction when I think of a Maserati. I think not good, and I have to like overcome the fact that it is a Maserati.
Right, because you see these driving down the street, the styling, it almost seems outdated. What's always been funny to me about Maseratis is the fender gills, the fish gills. I don't think this is the kind of car anyone from our generation is really into.
Yeah, this is like a old Italian guy in Florida. Has this car you whack and it's detailed every week.
Every week. Honestly, it feels like a really nice Chrysler 300.
Which is exactly what it is.
This is that next level up, you know?
Dude, this is a luxury car. It's not the nicest luxury car,
No.
but it is 100% a luxury car. I've driven a few expensive cars recently, and like the design, let's say on like a Porsche Cayenne, right? Design is way nicer. Like there's nothing groundbreaking about like where everything is here. It's not by any means, in my opinion, a beautiful interior, but everything is wrapped in real leather. There's real stitching. This is real wood.
Yeah.
The infotainment is kind of lame. One of the benefits of being owned by a larger company is you get like their tech, but they're owned by Chrysler,
Right.
who notoriously has bad tech.
Yep.
But dude, for a $30,000 car, this is nicer than anything.
For 30 grand, this is great. but
Nothing
for,
even comes close.
For 100 grand though,
It's a ripoff.
yeah,
But we're not testing a $100,000 car. We're testing a $30,000 car.
then this is a screaming deal.
This thing rules. We just dropped a bunch of new pieces, some of the best stuff ever. Go shop the new capsule, donutmedia.com. The most important thing about any car is if my friends like it. So let's see what they think.
Have you spotted the mold?
I mean, it smelled like mildew. I read vinegar kills mildew.
Yeah. It just smells worse now, I think.
That's the thing though, Jared. I prefer the worst smell because I know it's not gonna get worse as it grows. Vinegar don't grow.
Nothing grows on vinegar.
Right.
Except more vinegar.
Okay. So in 2019, this thing costs $109,000.
Okay. That's a ripoff.
In 2020, it is, I agree. But in 2024, it costs $29,000.
Nice. We got a good depreciating car in front of us. Okay. Is it worth $29,000?
I think 1,000% yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Ferrari inspired engine.
Inspired is the key.
All right, let's see this Ferrari inspired engine.
Yeah, so 425 horsepower, 428 pound-feet of torque,
Is it a small?
twin turbo V6.
Oh, it's a V6?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What did Ferrari put this in?
Probably a hybrid.
Actually, fellas, this engine has never been in a Ferrari.
No.
Oh, okay. So what?
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. What did they pull inspiration from, and what car? Do you know?
So inspired might have been the wrong word. Associated.
Oh, okay. All right.
Affiliated.
The block is loosely based
Oh yeah,
the-
on the Pentastar.
Chrysler motor.
V6.
Oh.
So like Dodge Caravan. Sebring.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is like the Marilyn Manson rumor. You know, they're like Maserati has a Ferrari engine in it. And you're like, what? They did that to themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an interesting engine, but this is a luxury vehicle, so the inside's got to be nice, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's see the inside.
I like the analog clock.
Analog
Yeah.
clock is a nice touch.
That's an
Maserati.
easy way to score fancy points.
For sure.
I'm just saying, if I'm not saying it's not nice, but this brown stuff right here brings the like class of this car down a bunch.
What?
This.
The doo-doo brown?
Yeah, the doo-doo brown. Oh, this is nice. Telescoping wheel.
Yeah.
Nice actuation. Heated.
Heated steering wheel.
Yeah. I
Got
mean,
lane assist.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The steering wheel is weird.
It is weird.
That is weird.
It's square.
Right there. But I think, okay, well, this is all good and fun, but can I drive it? Yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all, right? Yeah. Get a little bit of an exhaust put on this thing.
Yeah, if you put an exhaust on it, I feel like this would be probably a low fun car.
Exactly.
Make some noises, give you a little bit of feeling.
Bingo.
Bingo.
You got your stiff suspension settings.
I will say this, the steering wheel's pretty tight. Like it's got some tight
steering
feel to
feels
it.
really good.
Yeah.
It feels sporty.
Well, overall, I guess if I had $29,000 and I wanted to peacock a little bit, it just doesn't feel as premium as I would think. But again, I gotta keep, you're
It's
right.
okay.
It's $29,000.
$29,000.
Or $29,000. What do I feel about this? And I feel like, okay, I think I'd be pretty happy.
So the Quattroporte isn't world class, but for the money, it's the most luxurious car that I can think of.
Honestly, it's the best hack.
This thing rules.
Not bad.
I'm not super impressed.
So is this thing fast? Kinda. Does it look good? Kinda. Is it luxurious? Kinda. $109,000 total ripoff,
Yeah.
but for 30 grand, it's the come up of the century, baby.
And if you're a car person, you might want to be a little bit blind to Maserati's reputation.
Yeah, get yourself this and these. All right, thanks for watching this video and everything else on Donut. Subscribe to the channel, go to Zoomies and buy yourself some stuff and watch this video. Love you.